Let's get straight to it.
I can hear my mama now, gone, baby, pop your shit.
I can hear my mama now, gone, baby, pop your shit. I can hear my brother right now, fuck them niggas, talk that shit. Old gossiping ass niggas, what y'all out here gossiping about today? Since y'all love pocket watching, nigga, I did a 200 ball today.
Welcome to Geek and News Network. I'm your host, Fetty Lotto, here to put a stain on your brain and bring you some news you could use. This segment right here, man, gonna be on Dr. Malachi Z. York. Was he framed? Did they use the same method, like, you know, that same COINTELPRO method that they used to figure out who the Black Messiah is and take him down so he can't deliver his people? Or is what they saying about this man true? I really don't know. I really don't believe it, but I can't put nothing past nobody just from my journey in life. I thought, you know, certain people would never do some of the things that they did, and they did it. But that don't mean that everybody is guilty of, you know, being a certain type of person, man, that we frown upon or whatever, you know, because people are programmed and, you know, they let TV or media, period, program them and think for them and form opinions about other people for them. You know, people download this information, man, and they just run with it. They don't do their own research, really. They don't really do their own research, and they judge people and put them on a cross, man, nail them to the cross without even knowing if these are facts or whatever. But this man was charged with such and such, like a whole bunch of counts of child molestation and things of that nature. They paint him out to be a sexual predator, but this man, like, really showed how brilliant he was in his actions and deeds, and he was a true leader, and he was starting his own nation within a nation, and they brought land in Metro Atlanta, and, you know, was doing that whole Nubian nation thing. They had pyramids and all types of shit, man, on their land. And this man was like a prophet, you know what I'm saying? He spoke with very, very high intelligence. He was always on a high frequency. It's a lot of people that took his lessons, man, and applied them, and they became giants in the spiritual world. Like Jamal Rashad, Brother Polite was actually accused of doing the same type of things that this brother was accused of. So let's get into Dr. Malachi Z. York. Who is Dr. Malachi Z. York? And you know, y'all form your opinion on him. Put it in the comment section. If it's your first time coming across this channel, like, share, and subscribe. Geek and News Network, Fetty Lotto. Let's go. Let's get into it.
For your mind.
Let me tell you something. Not only will they persecute you, they'll lie on you. They'll fabricate lies. They'll imprison you and create cases around you. The same way they tried to defame the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then they tried to defame Malcolm X, and then they even tried to defame Dr. Martin Luther King by some secretary. That's what they'll do. They'll imprison you, and then they'll create lies to turn your own people against you. They'll persecute you after right the same thing. The same way I'm talking to you, they're going to come after me eventually. Believe it. They're going to say, that man is too dangerous. I don't like him. Let's make some lies up on him. Let's turn his people against him. Let's imprison him.
So this man knew that they was going to come after him. They knew that they was going to create lies or put stories and narratives out there against this man to assassinate his character if they couldn't just outright kill him. You know what I'm saying? They'll put him away. The same thing that they did to Bill Cosby, Diddy, a lot of other people, man, that they accused of being sexual predators because they know that we gonna look down on that. They know that, we gonna protect babies and love the babies and push people out the culture, man, that's harming our children. You feel me? But I think that this needs to be further looked into by the people, and people need to get behind this brother, man, and get this brother out of prison, man, if we come to the conclusion that he's innocent. But the least we could do, is look into this matter. We got some brilliant and powerful people, a part of the culture, man, that I feel that can get behind this brother and get this brother out of prison, man, if he's being wrongly accused of being a child predator. And, let me know if you feel otherwise, if you think that he really is a child predator, or if you have proof or whatever that he really is a child predator. Come forward with that, man. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion over here at Geeker News Network. We here to bring some fruitful information, man, for growth and development and critical elevated thinking. Let's get back into it.
And if we can, let's kill him, because his people won't help him anyway. And they'll try it, and I'll be at the mercy of the devil. Because people say, well, won't Allah step in and help you? And I say, did he step in and help John the Baptist? And the answer would be no. He will not intervene at that point. You understand?
The government of America knows that whenever a people have been oppressed and suppressed and denied basic rights, freedom, justice, and equality, which are the essentials of life, they know that the longer we are deprived, the greater will be the leader that comes to answer that deprivation. So they were watching to see who that leader was. They were looking for the Messiah, just like Pharaoh was looking for the birth of a deliverer, and just like Herod was looking for the Messiah. They heard Malachi York. They heard a brilliant black brother. They saw him building a small nation here in Georgia. Is he the Messiah? Trumped up charges. Break up his movement. Put brother in jail. Watch for the leader who is gaining strength, popularity, power, influence. Then if you can bring him into court, fine. If you can't find a way to trump up charges, find a way to kill him. Find a way to kill him.
Yeah, that was the most honorable the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking on Dr. Malachi Z. York, and he has reason to believe that these are trumped up charges. And I believe that they gave Dr. Malachi Z. York like 200 and something years, man. They gave him a lot of time. They took that man off the streets, and they turned his people against him. Not everybody. You got certain people that's, fighting for the brother or whatever. But for the most part, man, he's like written off and trying to be erased from history when he's one of our giants. And I just think that, man, we need to dive a little bit more deeper into this, man. With him and with other brothers, man, that been taken out like that. Because I actually believe that it's deeper than that, man. I believe that they really did take the brother off the streets, man, because they seen what he was doing and they seen how powerful he could become. And, man, the powers that be believe that ain't no more room, man, for no more big leaders like that. Imagine getting all of us behind a person, man, how much power that'd be. So, Yeah, we're gonna get into that, man. Farrakhan believed that charges is trumped up. I actually believe that the charges is trumped up, but I don't want to put that on y'all. You know, for my viewers, man, I want y'all to come up with your own opinion and let me know what y'all think. Put it in the comment section and let's go, man. Man, let's chop it up about this, man. It's critical elevated thinking, and you got to know where you come from. You got to know what they did, and we got to figure out a way to prevent it from happening again. Because this is a war, man. It's a war going on outside. And for those of us that are no longer distracted with all the bullshit, we see what's going on, man. And, you know, we just all got to do our part to prevent it from happening again and to be prepared for future things that's going to happen, man, because it's going to happen.
Let's stop playing. Malachi Z. York isn't just one of the smartest men to ever live. He's the most knowledgeable, period. Einstein had physics. Da Vinci had art and invention. But York? He wrote over 1,000 books on linguistics, theology, metaphysics, science, ancient cultures, cosmology, and more. He spoke over...
This man had wrote over 1,000 books. And you see what he wrote his books on. Einstein, none of them was on his level, but they praised these guys. They praised Einstein and all these guys, but Dr. Malachi Z. York, they want to label as a child rapist. And I'm not saying that he's not. I'm saying that I don't believe he is. Thus far, it was nothing shown to me that will make me believe that this man is a child rapist. But it's a lot of evidence that was shown to me to prove that they had a lot of reason to want to take this man down and keep this man out of our lives and separate from us, because, you know, he's liable to wake us up to some shit, to bring us to another level as a people, to show us exactly who we are. And I just believe that they assassinated this man's character. They buried him alive and put him in prison for over 200 years for things that he didn't do, crimes that he didn't commit, all because he wanted to wake you up, all because he wanted to wake our people up. And it's not only just for black people, it's not only for black Americans or black people all across the world, it's for humanity. It's for humanity. You know, they don't want us to spearhead the upliftment of humanity, but we the only ones that ever did it anyway. Let's get to that, in the words of Zip with the Drip.
19 languages fluently. He didn't just read scriptures. He decoded them across Hebrew, Arabic, Sumerian, Medu-Neter. He predicted artificial intelligence, bio-warfare, false flags, and frequency manipulation. Decades before mainstream science caught up, he taught that melanin is a form of conscious tech, that 9 ether beings are encoded with divine intelligence, and that our DNA holds the memory of lost civilizations. While others waited for approval, York dropped facts that shook entire belief systems. You don't have to agree with him, but if knowledge is measured by depth, range, originality, and foresight, nobody comes close.
Let's get into what Bobby Hemmett think of Dr. York. Let's see what Bobby Hemmett talk about.
And that he ain't gonna get no books because he wants everybody to think that he is synonymous to this particular knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like I wrote it. He plagiarizing like a mother. He took the whole Zechariah Sitchin's earth realms and plagiarized it to get into the metaphysical thing. Remember, he was Hebrew. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't want to knock now. You won't get me wrong now. We don't want to knock this brother. I don't care how much stuff he did in the past. We don't want to knock this brother for one thing. Those people that's following him, they're going to follow somebody. I would rather them follow him than a damn Creflo Dollar or a Reverendite or some old Sunday go-to-meeting damn preacher. I would rather they follow him, because even if he says, I said it, for the mere fact that he's plagiarizing, he still has to give some of the truth, even if it is lining him up as to be the Messiah. Well, that's to be determined at a later.
Yeah, so we got what Bobby Hammond think. And, you know, I agree with him and I disagree with him at the same time, because at the end of the day, it's like, he never said that the knowledge that he has and the knowledge that he's spreading, he just pulled out of thin air. You can be a messenger and you just carrying the message. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's somebody that studied this stuff in depth and he's spreading the word, he's carrying the word. So you could be the student of somebody, but even though you're the student of somebody, that person who you the student of was once a student of somebody else. You gotta be a student before you become a master. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get this information from somewhere. Like, this information didn't start with Dr. York, but the information was delivered by Dr. York. He was one of the people that did deliver this information to the people, because this was something that nobody else was really delivering, and nobody else was even really looking into or even knew existed before Dr. York brought this information forward. Was it people before him? Of course. Did he learn this information from other places? Of course. But that don't mean that he wasn't a messenger. He passed the baton. You know, it's like a relay race, man. I'm running the race, I grab the baton, I run my lap, and I'm passing it on to you, you run your lap, and so on and so forth. So it's really nothing wrong with that. I don't know why people feel like, you know, you're supposed to get this information from like just a fucking voice out of the sky or something, man. Nah, man, that man was a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Malachi Z. York. And he learned this information from somewhere, from doing a lot of extensive studying and researching. He knew 13 different languages, they said. Like, come on, man, the man was a genius. But let's get back into this Malachi Z. York content.
Hey, what's this?
You know right from wrong, wrong can't get you. Once you know right knowledge from wrong knowledge, no one can teach you wrong knowledge anymore. Once you know good from bad, you know how to act, fool. But now we done forgot good from bad, don't know how to act. We don't know how to treat people. We don't have no contact with the universe, and we're wondering why every time we gather it rains. It rains because though I'm standing there telling you you have a link to that sun, you don't really want to believe me. You still want to believe in spookism. You still want to worship the word of Allah. You walk up and say, man, he's turning us away from the worship of Allah. Somebody stop you and say, who is Allah? What is Allah? A word. Christianity pushed that in St. John chapter 1. In the beginning was a word. What the word mean is what I want to know.
And you know what, man? And this is not to attack no religions or nothing like that, because I know this could be taken a certain way. When I got some of my Muslim people or my Christian people or something watching this content, man, and they think that I'm posting anti-religious rhetoric. That's not what I'm doing. But at the same time, this man right here probably knows this religion more than your average Muslim. Probably know this religion more than your average Christian. Not even more than your average, probably more than your average scholar in these certain paths of life. You know what I'm saying? So I just like to push open-mindedness. I don't want you to push what I believe, and I'm not even saying I believe everything this man talk about, but I do believe some things. And, you know, I just don't believe that what they saying about this man is true. Bottom line, I believe that they don't want this man in front of us pushing this message. They want you to be, you know, they comfortable with you going to Christ. They comfortable with you going to Muhammad. They're not comfortable with you being a critical, elevated thinker. They don't like that. And they try to take people like that out of position, man. Pay attention.
In fact, they say the word means Jesus, logos.
Hey.
We got a guy right we got a guy right here who say he was locked up with Dr. York. And let's see what his experience was being locked up with Dr. York.
You said you was like that with Malachi York as well?
Yeah, when I first came out, it was like in 2001. He was in Atlanta and the holdover down there, and I was going to court. And he was my next door neighbor. I also know because I don't attend some of his classes on the street down in Eaton, Georgia, down where the pyramids at, the Wabi Nation of Moors. You know what I'm saying? I had joined in the Wabi Nation of Moors at one time. There was the Ansar community up in New York, in Brownsville, and they moved down to Atlanta and became the Wabi.
Shout out to the Ansar community that was founded by Dr. Malachi Z. York in Brooklyn. My big brother, man, rest in peace, Shafiq, was part of the Ansar community. I remember he used to come through selling the oils and incense and all, had an all white on, and then you know what I'm saying? And it cleaned him up for a minute. And that's what our people be needing, man. Our people be needing something, man, to latch on to, man, to clean them up, man, to get them out of the bullshit, get them out of the stinking thinking, feel me? That's why I don't knock no religion or nothing, as long as it's really like uplifting the person. You know what I'm saying? Like really curing that stinking thinking, man, because it's easy to get caught up in that shit and be living in your lower self. And sometimes, man, we need to grab onto something, man, that's maybe that we think is outside of ourselves, man, to give us a booster. Feel me? To stop living in the lower self, man, and start tapping into higher frequencies. So shout out to the Ansar community that transitioned into the Nuwabi and Moors when they came down here to Atlanta.
Nation of Moors, that's when they became sovereign. That's when they built the pyramids and planned.
So that had to be a privilege for you to speak to him.
Right. Yeah. Man, this is like a high priest you talking to. Like, and he's smart, and he don't understand. Like when you deal with certain people like that too, they don't understand the small stuff. Like the way you talk, your language, because this man speaks 10 different languages, and he is a spiritualist, so he's not really talking about the same things that you're talking about. They ain't grow up, they've got no understanding about what you're talking about.
Is he teaching the same thing in prison that he was teaching?
That's why he in ADX, so he can't teach. Certain people, like, they put you in ADX.
And that's crazy, they got this man in ADX. How many people you know in ADX for child molestation? And it's sad to say, people don't even get that much time for child molestation, which is fucked up. You know, they should throw the book at them dudes, but they don't. But guys like him, they throw the book at and put him in ADX, man. Why you think that is? They don't want him to have even human contact. They don't want him to have contact with his people, because they know everybody who he comes in contact with, he elevate them. He make them vibrate on a higher frequency, in my opinion.
Yes, because you have what they call, they feel like you got influence. Like, that's another reason what BG was doing, because he got influence. When you hit the yard, everybody gonna do what you tell them to do. So that's some kind of security threat to the COs. You see what I'm saying? Because people want to do stuff for you. You know what I'm saying?
When BG had influence as a rapper, why he ain't go to ADX? Why did he ain't in ADX? He got the most influence. Why did he not in ADX? Come on, man, y'all do the knowledge to this.
So what happens? So ADS, they won't allow you to mingle with them.
You get your mail on the screen and all that. The child come to your cell. You got TV in your cell. There's no reason to leave your cell. So
people like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Malachi, a person like him, he couldn't hit the yard.
No, he can't. They ain't gonna let him come out. He in ADS with Larry Hoovers, the Jeff Fords. They don't let these type of people in the population run around like inmates because they.
Free them guys, man. Free our chiefs, man. Free Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? They all are our chiefs, man. They leaders. That's a fact.
They got too much influence. You know what I'm saying? And that's.
So wait a minute, bro. They don't never get to come out.
No.
They never get to go and see outside, bro.
Yeah, they gotta stay right there in Colorado. They don't come. You know what I'm saying? We got certain people that just can't be in population. Because they feel like the control they can have over the population. They feel like the individual is bigger than the compound. You know what I'm saying? So they'll keep you separated.
Yeah, I would think that would drive you crazy. That would drive you crazy.
It can, if the right person. You know what I'm saying? But once you start to figure out your situation and you know that you ain't got no way out of it, your mind got to grasp on something that can help you get through it. You know what
Like you say, if you got a strong mind.
If you got a strong mind. If you don't, you'll hear about them trying to kill themselves, taking too many pills and doing all type of good stuff to try to, you know what I'm saying, get themselves out of the situation.
Yeah, right here, man, we're gonna get into Brother Polite defends Dr. Malachi Z. York while interviewing one of his victims. And yeah, we're gonna get into that and let me know how y'all feel about that. Like I said, bro, I don't have no dog in this fight. Do I believe that he did this? No. Am I sure? Am I positive that he didn't do it? No. I wasn't there. I can't vouch for it. But is it like some solid proof that this brother did this to make me feel in my heart that he's guilty of child molestation and doing this shit for all this time? I just can't see it. But don't take my word for it. This is just critical elevated thinking. This is just, to spread this word for y'all to go out there and do y'all research and come back, jump in the comment section. Let me know if you think I'm right. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Because I'm learning just like y'all learning. I'm saying, big eyes and little U's. We all doing this shit together. Let's get into this. And I just want to point this out. Brother Polite will eventually go on to be accused of the same thing. He's in prison right now, serving a 7-year sentence for doing something similar. Is he guilty? I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm speaking on behalf of the children or the people that had to testify or that testified.
Had to testify based on what that he did do something to them.
Well, I say had to testify because some people didn't testify. So some people felt it in them that they had to do this. Like it's something that they had to do. For me, it felt like it was something that I had to do. Because one, like I told you, both of my sisters went through the same thing I went through.
And
both of my older sisters.
Do you mind sharing? I don't know nothing.
Sharing what? Okay, well, both of my sisters been molested.
By who?
By Malachi York. By Pops, Barbara, Esau, Mom Esau, whatever. We've had sex with them. And
At what ages?
At what ages? I mean, if you want to get the accurate number, you can ask them.
Around what age? I mean,
13, 14, 7, 8. And I will only speak for myself as far as the personal thing that I've been through.
Of course, you.
And as far as and I don't want to get graphic. One, okay, I'm a dude. I'm not gonna be walking around saying that I've been molested, this and that happened. As a man, you don't want to be going around saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when in my situation or the way I grew up, I was ready to move on. I left in 2001. I was ready to just live my life, move on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The people started doing their investigations and stuff. The FBI started doing their investigations, started trying to get statements from people. Both my sisters went ahead and gave their statements.
Yeah.
I still had nothing to do with it. No statement, no nothing. When I realized, okay, they're about to go to court. And I went through the same thing that they went through. Like, I'm my mother's only son. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the man of the family. You know what I'm saying? My sisters were going to stand up for themselves, and I'm, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, and then that's when I gave my statement, and that's when I decided that, that I was going to go ahead and do it. Nobody wants to see they family go get locked away. So I really understand how hard it is for people that's deeply involved in it also. And people got to understand, I was born and raised in it too. So I understand from inside out also what it feels like not to have this person around still giving leadership. So it's not no stranger, no random person that's saying, oh, this happened. I mean, this stuff, like, I was 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was upstate New York after Brooklyn. Upstate New York when first, touched me or whatever, molested, you know. And so from 7 to 14, 7 years that I went through this, you know what I'm saying? And that's my story.
Would you say there's been over 20 children molested by Dr. York?
I would say so. I mean, I would say that it was, you know, for if I could confirm people that I could strongly confirm, it would be about 15 or 20 people.
Obviously, if
Over 15 and 20 people molested. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's diabolical. Like, who would allow their children to be molested by this man for so many years? I don't care what message he bringing. I don't care what message he bringing. If Jesus Christ right now, man, rode a white horse out the sky right now and touched my daughter or my son, is up. It's up. I don't care who you are. You touch my daughter, you touch my son on some molestation shit, is lit for you. You could be the Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Dr. Malachi Z. York, Farrakhan, the most honorable Elijah. You touch one of my children in an inappropriate way, I'm willing to die for that. And none of these people, parents, felt like that? I mean, come on, bro.
15 to 20 children were being molested. We have to now say, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. York too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand the adults were separated from their children. You know, so you had the girls in one house, the boys in one house, the women in one place, the brothers in one place. You know, everybody was separated. So it wasn't no house with a family, and then you could recognize when your child was gone.
You mean to tell the world that none of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right? I've been touched sexually, I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one adult. What caused all of this to come out? First you hear nothing from nobody. Yeah. You hear nothing from nobody. Then you hear something from everybody, all at the same time.
And I mean, I agree with that. Not one child said anything. And I understand that sometimes children are scared to speak up. But that's like isolated incidents. You know what I'm saying? If you got a whole group of children, different personalities, different souls, different spirits, man, and you touching all of these children and not one of them spoke up. Not one of them spoke up. Like, I mean, come on, man. But again, I'm not calling anybody a liar. I'm just telling you what I believe and what I don't believe, because it just seems fishy. Like Brother Polite said, first nobody says nothing, and then everybody says everything. That just seems weird to me. Because one of these children would have at least told their parents. I'm not saying that they could go to the authorities, but their parents would have knew. Somebody's parents would have known, and that's a fact. And if they let that happen, I think that they should have the same amount of time as Dr. York. That's a fact.
They might not have been the medium to talk to anybody about the situation.
Not even their parents.
I mean, that's fine, of course. I could have I could have told my mother.
We chose not to.
It's not that I chose not to. To really explain it would really take a lot. But I mean, you're not really yourself when you're not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no esteem. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, I understand like his standpoint as far as like a man not wanting to talk about these things, right? But that's with the streets, and that's with strangers. When it comes to your mother, ain't no man afraid to be vulnerable. I don't care how vulnerable in front of their moms. If they got like, you know, a nurturing mother and shit like that. They happy they see their mother, their moms love on them and shit like that. Ain't no man that's scared to be vulnerable in front of their moms. So one of those little boys definitely would have told their mother. We talking about 15, 20 children, maybe more, and nobody said anything. I find that hard to believe.
Can't even face, like, my mother had to, when she found out from my sister and she came to me and asked me about it, and I still really couldn't even tell her. I had to say, well, I had sex with the girl and he was there. And that was my way of telling her that, yeah, it happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's the initial conversation. And this is like 2 weeks before we left. It was something I was under. I couldn't tell my mom. I didn't tell nobody. It was something that held me to not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked up to him as my dad. Because I looked up to him as the person that he was. I thought he was a God figure. I thought he, you know, and all those reasons, like, you know, I'm trying to like see what the why is this going on? What's the significance? I'm young. I don't even know what really into sex, and I don't.
Why do you think he's locked up for 135 years, underground 60 feet, in a super max penitentiary with no one with a case likened to his own, amongst cannibals? Not because what you think he should be locked up for, why you think he's locked up.
Well, I mean, to answer your question in the way that I think you're asking it, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you have a black leader that was getting black people together and was building a sovereign nation.
Tell me if this is something you believe. That's not what I want to hear. What do you personally believe, dealing with the facts of the matter? Not denying you of your experience, but based on what we all know, what is necessary to lock a person up when you accuse them of these type of things.
What I know from history is that whenever you have a black leader that's uplifting the people, that's doing something for the community, that's bringing people together, and that's building people and elevating people, then they get taken down. You know what I'm saying? And
So he just acknowledged what I've been saying, right? When you get black leaders in this position, they always get taken down. So he's fully aware of this. He's fully aware of these people's agenda. But at the same time, this is his story. He's saying Dr. Malachi York touched him, molested him. I don't know the specifics, but along those lines. And shit, I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. I would hope that's not true. I would hope that's not true, man, because he was a brilliant man. But, I can't even get caught up in that. I can't even get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some evil geniuses. You know what I'm saying? They say Satan is an evil genius. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all jump in the comment section. Like I said, man, y'all do y'all homework and help me out with this. We helping each other out with this. But it's definitely something that need to be discussed. We need to talk about this, man. Critical elevated thinking. Sorry, man, this Henny got a nigga slurring and all that. But that's how we do over here at Geek News Network.
he wouldn't have been taken down, and he hasn't been taken down until they found something to take him down with. If he threw everything away by molesting kids, did he really care about everybody else? This is what I have to live with. I have to live with how do I come across the people that's in the knowledge and even vibe with them and talk to them on a regular level, and people looking at me one way.
Nah, that's all good. You can always come to a class of ours.
That's cool, but you know what I'm saying. But it is. But see, the thing is that
it don't make you a bad person.
At the end of the day, people's always gonna have his word over anybody else's word because that's all they know.
You know, at the end of the day, he's locked up, so obviously they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter, like I told you, if we say he's innocent when he's still locked up in prison. Y'all word accounted for everything.
Well, I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I can only face what's in front of me. And everything that's in front of me, I see people that's being misled. I see people that's under the impression, and even though
misled by what? Because people are saying
Doc
is being railroaded. That people are saying none of this has to do with the case as far as the government is concerned. The government don't give a damn about the accusations.
Saying that
are you hearing what I'm saying?
You got people saying that kids haven't been molested. I can't see what you're seeing. I can't see the I know what happened to me. I know what he did. I know what kind of person he is. You know what I'm saying? So
what kind of person he is? That's a question I want to ask you. What kind of person is Dr.
I mean, you get what you see.
And you know what? I want to say this too. Brother Polite never met Dr. York in person. So he's advocating for him or whatever, against one of his alleged victims that knows this man personally, grew up in the community, from the Ansar community to the Nuwabian, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The other guy that's saying he's innocent never even met this guy. But this is the effect that this guy has on him. So, you know, he gotta be a powerful person. That's just, you know, that just makes shit, you know, that's just the question mark for me. Dig what I'm saying? Because if you could have that type of influence on people and be that knowledgeable to where you raising other giants, because Brother Polite is very intellectual. He's very bright, smart person, bro. You know what I'm saying? And these is from Dr. York teachings, and he never even met this brother. But the person that did meet him is saying like, yo, he molested me. So this shit is sticky, man. It's sticky. And maybe I don't believe it because I don't want to believe it, because I just, you know, I'm a fan of the brother's intellect, the teachings, and you know, he taught me some things, and I never met him. I met one of his sons. I'm cool with one of his sons, and I don't know the truth, man. I'm leaning towards the he's innocent side just because the enemy does use this tactic to attack. Dig what I'm saying? But I'm not taking away from the victims of their story because I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just bringing you some news you could use. Feel me?
You get what you see.
Tell me,
But
who is he to
what
you?
people didn't see is also the
I
stuff
asked
that was
about other
going
people.
on.
I want to know
Now,
about
there
you
was
personally.
99
I want to get into your mind. I want to know, what is he to you? Who is he to you?
Who he is to me right now, he's somebody that did a lot of things great, but had his flaws, and it didn't correct those flaws. And he had years and years and years to correct those flaws. He didn't correct those flaws. Now I came back, and now he's incarcerated. Should he be in there? Should he be out? Someone
Yes or
like
no?
him shouldn't be incarcerated if they uplifted the community and doing what he did. But if you're gonna do that, and on top of that, still do the wrong thing for years and years and years, then you definitely shouldn't be out on the streets. That's if I was the devil, the perfect devil is the one who's gonna be a pastor, a preacher, or the one doing the right thing, and actually the one doing the wrong thing and send you to hell. That's the perfect devil right there. The perfect. If I was a devil.
Damn, that was just a jewel. That was a jewel right there. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's get back into this content.
Right now, I'll be telling you to do the right thing. I'll be telling you to live your life this way, and I'll be sending you right to hell. The devil knows the gospel as well as any pastor or preacher. So if the devil is going to do his job, what better way to do it than to have everybody lifting themselves or doing the right thing? And in actuality, it's like they're going up, but they're going this way. It's not a just up. It's like they're going up and they're going astray. You know what I'm saying? That's the only really way that the devil could do his job, is to deceive people into thinking that he's actually God, to deceive people into thinking that he's actually Christ. That's why they say you will have false prophets and false messiahs. I would respect a wolf. If I was a sheep, I would respect a wolf that approached me and tried to hunt me down than a wolf that came in sheep clothing.
My whole argument in this whole situation is, should people be locked up based on what people believe? I got the right to be angry. You know why? Because the Lord promises me something different. The Lord promises me that we will lock people up beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's what the Lord promises me.
Yeah. But in this case, it was up to 12 people to have that reasonable doubt or not. And those 12 people made the decision.
It's not. So what's the point?
If you want to fight for
it's your matter of opinion if you would have took the
for it
plea
for
or not.
another reason. Don't fight for it because he's innocent of a molesting kid.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually.
Okay.
Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny. Scientifically, we say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your Most High, acknowledge him as your Most High God? I would have to. I don't identify with everything he does there, much like I believe most Christians don't identify with everything their God does, because it says their God is a jealous God. And some Christians would tell you it's not right to be jealous. And some would tell you that, it shouldn't be vengeful, but then the Bible tells you.
All right, man, we're going to end this right here. Y'all want to see the rest of that, man? Y'all tap into Visible Thought. Brother Polite defends Dr. Malachi Z. York by interviewing his victim. That was just a crazy statement he made, in my opinion. If he's guilty of these crimes, I don't think he's somebody that should be worshipped. But, you know, it is a saying that pay attention to the messenger and not the, pay attention to the message and not the messenger. Sorry about that. You know, the Henny got me feeling right. We out here, man. But is it some things that you can learn from this brother if he is guilty? Sure. Do I think that just because you can learn some things from this brother, should we overlook his guilt? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I don't agree with what he just said, but I just think that we should go into the situation open-minded, because he is a powerful brother, man, and he is, you know, the knowledge he was spreading is something that we need. So with that being said, man, it's Geekin News Network. Like, share, and subscribe. Your boy Fetted Lotto. We out of here, man.
Let's get straight to it.
I can hear my mama now. Go on, baby, pop your shit.
I can hear my mama now. Go on, baby, pop your shit. I can hear my brother right now. Fuck them niggas, talk that shit. Old gossiping ass niggas, what y'all out here gossiping about today? Since y'all love pocket watching, nigga, I did a 200 ball today.